Well, guys, we knew that this day will come. A part 5 of my custom figure collection. Let's get to it. Okay, so first up is this Tujangosaurus from Dinosaur King. And I still haven't got him a name yet. So if you guys know what should I name him, then comment down below. And yeah, I had to say I did a pretty good job on him. The first Earth dinosaur. So yeah. Next up I made is another dinosaur which I believe you guys have seen before. Paris. So yeah, I made Paris the Parasaurolophus. And yeah, I know it's been like a year since I've made Paris, so I finally did it. Yeah, and I did make her glow in the dark. So yeah. And man. And there's one thing about Paris that I was having troubles. I can't tell what color this part is, like tan or white. So what I did is look at the Jurassic World Evolution one, and looks like it's white to me. So I just did white. So yeah. Next up I made, here we got Spectron, some of my new OC villains, and some of you guys might not remember him. It's because he has only appeared in one video. So yeah, and I would say I did a pretty good job on Spectron. So yeah. Next up I have made is Turquoise, another of my OCs. So yeah, Turquoise turned out really well, and I decided to make her eyes glow. So yeah, and I do like how the dry brushing turns out. So yeah. Next up I made is Joshuazilla, the apex dinosaur. So yeah, and if you don't know who Joshuazilla is, he is a YouTuber. And oh yeah, and Joshuazilla is also known as Josh. I'm just saying. So yeah, anyways, if you guys haven't watched Joshuazilla's channel, or then go check out his channel right now. I'll put a link in the description. So yeah, I like how he turns out. We got the Godzilla arm. So yeah, and the spikes. Yeah, there were supposed to be like more spikes on him, but that's the best I could do for now. So yeah. Next up I made is another of my OCs, Hornet. So yeah, and oh yeah, by the way, this is what I was making next after making Joshuazilla and Turquoise. So yeah, and man, she turns out like really well. So yeah. Next up I made is Nightmare Horns. Yeah, I decided to make some of Nightmaresaurus's game. So yeah. So here we got Nightmare Horns. Or wait. I meant Nightmare Thorn. Yeah, this is Nightmare Thorn. Man, I keep forgetting about its name, like Nightmare Horns or Nightmare Thorn. Comment down, you know what guys, comment down below if you like horns better. So yeah. Next up I made is another member of Nightmaresaurus's gang, Nightmare Electro. So yeah, he does turn out really well. Yeah. And yeah, here we got black and blue, and I'm not sure if you guys can able to see the blue, but yeah. And planning to someday I might edit him and add the other spikes on him. Yeah, like quill spikes, so yeah. But maybe someday it will happen in the future. So yeah. Next up I made is Snake Eyes. And I will say about him, I'm just gonna spoil it. Snake Eyes is another form of Nightmarosaurus. So yeah, like another legendary form. So yeah. Hopefully someday Snake Eyes will appear in future videos with him. So yeah. And man, it is so long. Next up I made is I finally finished VI49, aka Levi, and the tendrils are like on his side, which kind of are like supposed to be on the back, but the tendrils doesn't want to stay on the back after I glued it, so I had to glue it to the sides though. So yeah, I mean, man, and the silver and the light blue color turned out really well. And the eyes, I didn't expect it would turn out well. And not just that, look how big his pupils are. Yeah. So yeah. And he's also like a YouTuber, Video Imagination 49, and I will also send a link, put a link in the description, just like Joshuzilla. So yeah. Next up I made, here we got my OC, or one of my OCs I should say, Saurodron. Yes, Saurodron has only appeared in origin stories about my OCs. And I have finally made him. And I decided to give him some new looks. I like how the yellow eyes turned out, the green on him, and I also decided to add some blue on his spikes. So yeah. Here we got Saurodron. Next up I made is Nightmare Serpent, another member of the Nightmare Gang. And quick story, so Snake Eyes, I was going to make this as Nightmare Serpent, but it is like way too long to be Nightmare Serpent. So yeah, so I'm glad I was able to get this smaller snake to paint it into Nightmare Serpent. And man, it turns out really well. I added the arms and the wings. So yeah. Next one is another OC that haven't appeared in my channel for a long time, Scar Rex. So yeah, man, he turns out really well. And I like how on one side his eyes are like just scars and the other eye is like normal. So yeah, Scar Rex. And you know what weird thing about him when I finish him? That he actually kind of feels sticky. I'm not sure why though, but it doesn't matter. So yeah. Next up is a new OC that I made. Yeah, I call him Kabu. Yeah, and I was going to make him be as like a spectral monster until I know spectral are like ghosts and ghosts cannot be killed. So I thought instead he's a crystal monster. So yeah. And hopefully I'll do origin stories about my OCs with him in future videos. So yeah. Next up I made is Rage Nightmarosaurus. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, he actually looks a lot better than the original Nightmarosaurus. Like, he's now really like a T-Rex. So yeah, had the light blue on his hands and feet, and at the edge of the tail, and also has a hand. And here we got the wings, like slime wings. And these, they're not actually spikes. Those are actually steam. Or, yeah, steam, I should say. And got, and I also imagined I decided to do a steamy on his effect on his pupil, like a ghostly steam. Like, I'm not sure what it's called. So yeah, and also the light blue eye, though. And man, I really like how he turns out. I can't wait to add him in a video in the future. So yeah, here are the next two, like the last two, which are my favorite. First up is Rainbow Guardian, and my gosh, yeah, it's like, yeah, I had to, man, it's like, I cannot speak today, but I've been waiting to paint him back in 2021, and after 4 years, the search of making Rainbow Guardian is finally over. And hold on, and he still roars. So yeah, and one thing, I did left the yellow right there because it's, well, already yellow. So yeah. Man. And last but not least, which is probably your guys' favorite, Spiny the Spinosaurus. And man, I really like how he turns out. Yeah. Man, like, I cannot even look at him. Like, can't stop look at him. He turns out really well. And this is also like a very special one because it's also the first time making a water dinosaur. So yeah. And man, it was so long for me to finish it because of how big he is. So yeah. Well guys, that's all of them that I made. And man, there is actually way more than the ones that were in part 4. Yeah. And comment down which ones are your favorite. And I will continue doing some more custom figures, or painting I should say. So yeah. And I guess this is what should be the thumbnail look like. So yeah. Anyways guys, see you later and bye for now.